All right, this is the C Dorian mode, or you can call it a scale. I'm doing a series on modes, and of course the first mode is Ionian, which is a major. And I did a video on both the Ionian and the Aeolian because it's major and minor. But I'm going to stick with the rest of them being around C. As you know, C major has no sharps or flats. And but the thing about C Dorian, all right, and the first thing you got to consider actually is that when we're talking about modes, we're talking about either relative or parallel modes. I like to use the parallel modes because they all start on the same note. But I'm going to start showing examples of that, of those in a later video. But I just want you to know that if you play the Ionian, that's the major scale, okay? And the Aeolian, that's just like the relative minor of C major. But the C Dorian, believe it or not, because we have Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, so on and so forth. Just worry about Ionian and Dorian and Aeolian right now. The Aeolian is the sixth one. I feel like I'm talking too much, but anyway, let's get right into it. The C Dorian has a minor quality, okay? Dorians they fall under the category of like minor sounding modes. But in reality, the C Dorian belongs to the family of B flat major. That means it has two flats, like a B flat major scale has two flats. That's B flat and E flat. And this scale is also using B flat and E flat. It's kind of like it's B flat and G minor. It's a relative major and minor. So B flat and G minor, right there. This is, if you see that, B flat and G minor have the same. Here's B flat. B flat tells you that it only has a B flat and an E flat. That's the major scale, okay? That's the key signature of the major scale. The minor scale for B flat, once again, I know I'm being very emphatic about this, but it's important. It's some theory that you need to know. So it has like a G minor quality, but the thing about C Dorian, all right, is that if you're using this scale, I'm going to show you some chords that you can use it with. Okay, so having said all of that, okay, we're going to start on the C note, which is the 8th fret, 6th string, and you're going to play 1st, 3rd, and 4th fingers, chain strings, 8th and 10th frets, your 1st and 3rd fingers. So it's the 8th, 10th, 11th on the 6th, 8th, 10th with your 1st and 3rd finger on the 5th. Now you're going to go to the 7th, 8th, and 10th frets, both on the 4th and 3rd strings, using your 1st, 2nd, and 4th fingers. So we have then on the 2nd string, it's just like the 6th string, the same frets, 8th, 10th, 11th, and then the 1st string, you could stop right there. But I went here, and for some reason, even though it's an F note, it seems like it resolves. So how do you use this? Okay, there it is. Starting on the 6th string, 8th fret, use this fingering. That's probably the best fingering that you can use to play C Dorian. Dorian's the 2nd mode. How do you remember all the modes? Okay, I don't play loud music any longer. Okay, I wasn't going to say it, but Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Just worry about the Dorian right now. So, and it contains exactly the same notes as B flat, but you're starting on the C. So if you go up from B flat and you were to play this major scale, you just keep playing that order, but now you're playing it on C. So you play B flat, C, D. Now you're just playing C, C, D, and you're going with the rest of the notes that are in B flat major. But it's a Dorian. It's a mode. It's confusing. Essentially, it's a scale. Okay, what can we do with this? All right, so you're playing this and you're going, wow, well, I can play this scale. It sounds really cool. But how am I going to utilize it? Well, I would say start basically not right here. To get to know it, you can. But if you wanted to play the C note right here, which is on the 4th string, 10th fret, with your 4th finger, and you were to play 4th to the 3rd string, you could use that. That would be a really smart thing to use. But what kind of chords can you use? All right, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about C minor 7th. That's really easy. Here's your C major chord. Minor 7th, it's just your 1st and 3rd finger. Yeah. Or we're starting right here. So C minor 7th, you can use the 9th. C minor 7th and that 9th. That 9th is just, see, no 2nd finger, barring on the 8th fret. That's the minor 7th, just your 1st and 3rd. Minor 9th. And if you wanted to as well, you can play a C minor to a D minor 7th, C minor 7th over here, D minor 7th, E flat 7th. That's jazzy, you know. So I'm on the 1st and 2nd strings. I'm just going back between the 1st, 3rd, and 4th fingers on the 8th, 10th, and 11th frets. Then you want to change, put your 4th finger on the 10th fret and play 10, 8, 7. And that's just doing something like with a C minor 7th, D minor 7th, E flat. All right, that's jazzy. What if you don't want jazz? Maybe, how can I mix this? Now, I hope you guys have stuck around because this is what I think is really cool. So if you're playing a C, some blues or a rock, you know, rock comes out of blues. Go to that position that I recommend right there, that C note, 10th fret, 4th string, and you can play. What I just did, why it sounds different, I took that Dorian, C Dorian mode, and I mixed it with the pentatonic. Especially those notes in the pentatonic right there. I can use the extension, but start right there again. 4th string, 10th fret, and play the moving right up to the 3rd string, 7th, 8th, 10th frets. Back to the pentatonic, back to the C Dorian. And you can go up to F. Back in that Dorian, or you can play more Dorian. Dorian sounding because I'm simply adding the note on the 10th fret instead of just playing 8 and 11th frets, 8, 10, and 11 with F. Even start from the beginning if you'd like. Back to the C. pentatonic. More Dorian. Then the G, but let's play a G9 instead. That's the ninth. Ninth form, you bar on the first three strings. I'm on the 10th fret. Now I'm on the 5th fret, 5th string. You talk about that 10th fret, first three strings. 5th string, 10th fret. That's where your second finger is. Put that right there on the 9th fret, 4th string. It's a G9. Add the 13th if you like, so that you can play a C minor 7th to an F9 to a C minor 7th. Dorian. See, I'm just playing 3-4 notes. Adding some more. And then all pentatonic. Now with the extension, mixing the pentatonic or the blues scale in C with that C Dorian. That's what you can do. There's so many options. C minor 7th, F9, C minor 7th, G9, F9. Pentatonic, F, Dorian, see how I'm just playing 7th fret, 3rd string, starting on the 7th fret, 1st, 2nd, 4th, going to the 8th fret, 2nd string, 1, 3, 4, going up to that F, kind of resolves it, back to the C. Now to the G, to the F, back to this scale, this mode. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll show it to you again. Keep using it. Keep playing. Don't be afraid of modes. Take a little bit at a time. That's why I wanted to break that down for you, so you can use that part. Please comment. Let me know if these are helpful. If they are, and please like and subscribe. Keep playing and have fun.